he has a huge desire to teach and put forth the information to the students. He's very enthusiastic about what he does, and he's very patient. He can work with students and get his teaching across in ways that shows a lot of experience.
You can give him a task and he'll volunteer for a task, and you don't have to double check behind him. The job that he does is completed and meticulously documented.
He has the ability to take a complicated subject like how to qualify with your firearm and break it down, and I've seen him work miracles with people who had never even seen a gun before. And he communicates well, he represents the organization, and when he speaks to our recruits, our young folks, he speaks with authority, and he carries that experience with him, and just those abilities to enlighten a student are incredible. I've known Paul my entire career. Paul is one of our reserve officers that he retired from regular duty status and immediately went into the Reserve Corps and never missed a beat. He continued to perform as a police officer. He's always been heavily involved in the community, and he continued to do that as a reserve officer. Not only did he come out and help answer calls when needed or provide support to patrol, but Paul was one of our reserve officers that helped with our toy drives and helped with all our positive campaigns where we partner with the community.
He brought the motivation for volunteering for a lot of the special assignments that the city police department conducted. Our point-in-time contact, he went out and counted the homeless, assisted with the homeless count, assisted last year in the homeless count. He also brought, from the standpoint of the knowledge and experience and volunteering for the first gun collection that we did for the city. Paul was an experienced firearms instructor and was able to make sure that the citizens turning in the firearms that we collected was safe. We had a few firearms that were old, loaded and locked, and Paul was able to, through his experience and knowledge, render those safe.
Everybody in the organization knows Paul. Not only did Paul function as a police sergeant until the time he retired and became a reserve, but he also is one of our firearms instructors, and he has spent countless hours working with our recruits and with our full-time officers, making sure that they're proficient with their firearms.
I can recall a particular student that was going through the basic training, and they were having a hard time and possibly looking at not being able to qualify. And Paul was able to take this individual and calm them down and reassure them and get them through the qualification, and they were able to become a police officer. And he teaches from his heart, he teaches from his experience. And if Paul is teaching you, you've got one of the best instructors that we have to offer. He's famous for chasing you around with a switch in our combat course. If you've ever come through our combat course with Paul, he'll go get him a big switch. As a matter of fact, we have a switch dedicated to him at the range. When he retired, we said we have to keep this switch.
Paul is a model for young officers. If you look at his career from the beginning until now as a reserve officer, he has fulfilled the mission of the department, and at the same time he's fulfilled a very strong role in our community, and he's helped bridge that gap. And the word that comes to mind for me is he's just a model for our younger officers. If we could copy his communications ability and his style and the way that he connects with the people around him, you'll have a successful career as a police officer if you can copy that.